Hey everybody, welcome to another version or another night with the Death Star. I'm a little bit discombobulated because Ken said, yeah, you want to throw that up there? And I'm like, yeah, let me try and get that. And then when I put it up or had it ready to go, it disappeared when I minimized it.
Oh, that's okay.
So let me see, where is it? There it is.
We'll show that here in a little bit.
Yep. Okay. So here's the Death Star as it was last week. This is the part we were actually working on. We finished bag 15. We got bag 16. I've actually got bag 16 through 21 in front of me, and I'm not. It's the same room, but it's a completely different setup. Because as you can see here in the corners, I'm no longer on the wooden table. I'm now on the marble table.
Donnie's here. He says farts.
Yes, he did. And I have an angled view now. Ooh.
Oh, hey, nice angle.
That is usually the face cam, and it's up as high as it is because if I bring it down here where it would be better, it's right in front of that monitor right there.
Let's see here. Don says, howdy all, and then he says, Seth MacFarlane.
Other bench. This is the old bench.
Yeah.
And those are the only ones I have set up. But I have the rig over top of this bench. I have cameras pointed at both benches except for the one over there. Yeah, I don't yet have that set up to where I can actually do anything with it because it's not plugged in.
So there won't be a puppy cam then tonight.
If there is, I'll have to move this camera here,
right,
to be puppy cam. And I'm looking at it.
Or just throw the puppy right on top of the Death Star.
Yeah, we could do that too. But I'm looking at it, and let me walk around here real quick. And the biggest thing about doing something like this is redoing the lights. That should be a little bit better.
Yes, it is. It is a little bit better now.
Okay. So what I also did while I was watching Keith's stream, yeah, that belongs there, was I went through and built all the figures for tonight. Oh, I forgot to give this one guy. So tonight we have Han Solo as a stormtrooper.
Nice.
We have, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Trent's here. Hey, Trent.
Hey, Trent. We have Princess Leia. C-3PO with a silver leg. And R2-D2.
What you talking about, Willis?
Exactly.
Donnie says, no puppy cam. I think I'll find something else to watch.
Well, it'll be that way. Of course, on the other hand, I have to have a puppy to have a puppy cam. So this will not be playing the part tonight, so I'll move it.
Darn, I wish you would have told me. I would have had like that car crash sound lined up.
And let's see. Oh, of course. I have a tray full of parts. Nice. And I had 50-50 chance. Of course, I grabbed from this end when I needed this end.
Let's see here. Donnie said, that leg looks gray, not silver.
I don't care.
And Don says, no lights. Yay.
There will be lights in there eventually.
And then Donnie says, what? You have 5 puppies, Buck.
Yeah, but they're all upstairs with Mom.
Uh-oh. Donnie's saying there will be Dawn. Just hang on.
There will be. Well, they're probably going to be lights in this eventually. And I got the Bat Cave in today.
Oh, nice.
It's huge.
What?
It's freaking huge.
Which era?
It is it's the only one they do as a diorama. It's the big rectangular box looking thing with the bat symbol on the front. I
Is it
want to
like a
say,
comic book one, or is it more
oh
like
no,
89 or?
it's from the movies. I want to say that it is the Batman Forever,
Okay,
because I believe
that's what the car looks like.
well, I think the Penguin's in it.
Okay.
And if I may do weird things like reach this direction to go for the trash when it's actually over here now.
Muscle memory.
Yep. And the glass panel for the floor here survived. I moved it
Oh,
twice.
that's good.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yes. The only problem is now when I pull up to the desk, the front wheels on the chair drop off.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Make me well, more than annoying, it makes me nervous. You know, I know it's tempered glass, and I know because we had when we bought the house, the people who owned the house before us had tempered glass shelves, and when we got rid of those shelves, they left them behind because we asked them to. But when we got rid of them, I put them in the garbage can and I hit them with a hammer, and not a regular hammer, one that I think it's a masonry hammer because it had this big spike on it. And I hit those with that spike like 5 or 6 times before they would thought about doing anything. And of course, since they're tempered glass, when they crack, they don't crack, they explode.
Yes. Don says discombobulated.
Yes. That's why
Howard says, is it better than my Stranger Things Lego knockoff? That's how they actually spelled it.
I don't know.
That's funny that
Yeah.
that's how they spelled it.
Well, I know what he's talking about too. It's just like this. This is not from Star Wars. This is from Safar Wars.
Just like Donnie wasn't first, he was first. He was
Furts.
Furts. He was Furts.
Furts. That's something you get right before you ship your pants, right?
Yeah, after you've had too much Taco Bell.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, save the pieces.
That was my straw going up and then down in my big water.
Big water?
A big water cup.
Big water?
One of those.
They always on the package, they'll always misspell it, Howard, because that they think they're avoiding copyright issues.
Yeah. Donnie says, I was first, then I was first. No, you weren't first. You were first.
Well, then he was first.
Oh, well, yeah, but that was actually second.
Yes.
He was first, and then he was second.
Exactly.
Yep.
Thinking that he was first.
Yep. Donnie says, and now I'm number one Don. Don says that's because of all the paint fumes. Okay, so tonight's for trivia. It's going to be 20 questions again, and score will be kept. Oh, Don's saying enjoy it while it lasts to Donnie. So 20 questions in 4 categories. There's going to be points as per usual. The points will be based on fastest correct answers. Will be first, second, and third. Will be awarded points. 10 points for first, 5 points for second, 2 points for third. And the person with the most points at the end of the night is our winner.
Wait, you mean the points do matter?
In this case, they do. And I got some prizes in. I got one set of prizes in, and I got some more coming. And I'll get Buck to show you the one prize I got.
Dang.
So that's just a little 3D printed model in color. You can see the size of it beside a AAA battery. So it's a little army Jeep you can build up.
I think that's cool. That is very cool.
And they'll throw in some stickers and whatnot. But yeah, that's like one of the things you'll get if you're tonight's winner. Let's see here. Howard says I could dash buck. He said like 99 cents.
You could. Dash. Oh.
Donnie says, I like the paint fumes, Don. Don says, that explains a lot.
Yep. Wait, among other things, you know what else it explains? It explains why after 8 years now, Donnie's still my friend.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jody says, cute. You like that little Jeep, do you?
I think it's really cute.
Yeah. So I got a few of those. So over the weeks when people win, that might be one. There's a few others, some Star Trek stuff, those sort of things. So I'm actually going to have stickers. I ordered stickers, and I'll actually get them.
That's a much better prize than I was thinking originally, which, giving somebody this kid from Arizona.
Yes.
That would have been fun. It would have been funny if Don won.
Yeah. Pre-pinata?
At least for us, it would have been funny.
Wah, wah, wah.
I don't need that yet.
All right.
Away we go.
So what are you working on tonight?
Okay, so this, I believe, is the trash compactor scene. And after looking through, I believe most of what we're doing tonight is going to be filling this in. That's why we have all the C3 or Luke, Leia, Han. I threw him in the thing. Luke, Leia, Han, C3PO, and R2D2. Chewie. Oh, we did Chewie last week, and Chewie doesn't have a different costume, but they will probably all end up in here.
Okay. Well, then they don't need legs.
No, they don't.
You could do just what was done to Augustus Gloop.
Exactly.
In the show.
We will gloop them.
Yep. Howard says, first, probably not enough. So was that actually a...
No. If it had been, it would have been orange.
Well, I'm just like, but it's highlighted in blue. I don't know why.
Well, let's see. Let me double check. Oh, wow. Hang on.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I lied. It is.
Oh, okay.
It is a, where is it? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? There's the thing.
Dash. Oh my God.
You've been dashed.
You bastards.
Yeah, like I was like, it's because normally it's orange or something, like a normal different color, and I'm like, it's highlighted, but I can't unhighlight it.
Well, and that's the thing is I went over and looked at the YouTube studio and flipped it over to fan funding to see that, and I was like, oh, okay.
Don says, remember, YouTube hates me. Yes, try to make sure that you're not too far behind on the stream.
Yeah.
Jody said, did you hear about the glass droid? C3PO.
C3PO. I like it.
C3PO. All right, so I'm going to start with some trivia here.
Cool.
Tonight's first category is Show Me the Money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. All right, question number 1. Which country was the first to use paper money? Which country was the first to use paper money?
I have an idea.
Oh, Stephen Haynes is here. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Stephen.
Just
how's
starting
it
the
going?
trivia for points. Jody says Australia. So the question was, which country had the first paper money?
Actually, I thought about it and I changed my answer.
Okay.
And probably both of them were wrong.
Don says Britain. Donnie says China. And Stephen's being very polite and saying hello to everyone.
I appreciate that he does that.
Yep.
That is very cool.
And Stephen, we are keeping points for tonight's trivia, and it is for, prizes.
Let me find it again. Oh, never mind. I closed Discord. He's for a cute little model. He's a cute little model.
What's your guess, Buck?
My original thought was Rome, but then I was like, no, they used only coins. But Rome and Greece did a lot of things first, so I had to go with Greece.
Okay. So I don't know if anybody else wants to guess. Who hasn't guessed already? So I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds, and then I'll reveal the answer.
What we need is to figure out how to put a countdown timer in there.
Yes, that would actually be good. And every question could be set up with a timer.
I'll have to play with it a little bit because I do have, or might still have, the one that they used on another channel for counting down into the beginning of the stream.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I could get that to pop in every time and how much of a pain in the butt it would be. Oh,
all right,
no.
that's the timer.
Yeah.
So the correct answer was China in about the 4th century AD.
You go with your bad self, Donnie.
So just Donnie gets the points on that one. 10 points for Donnie. Question number 2. What is the official currency of Sweden? What is the official currency of Sweden?
It is the Swedish money.
Don says fish. Jody says sauna stones. So is that going to be a wall for the compactor?
I think so. That would be my guess.
Donnie says Riksbank.
I might actually have the answer to that one. Not
You'll
sure.
feel free to, like, I didn't tell you these questions ahead of time, so feel free to throw an answer in there if you want.
I think it is the kroner.
Okay.
Which would be, I think it would translate in from Swedish to English to the crown.
Don says we don't need no education. Donnie says, wait, Corona. And Jody says Jarl. Donnie says, so you're just a brick in the wall, Don? Don's like, yep.
All in all, he's just another brick in the wall. I remember that movie. Didn't see it in the theater, but I do remember when I saw it. So I'm just curious. I'm going to do it once I get these next ones on. When other people build with bricks, Legos, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
I can't be the only one that does this to straighten out the one by ones. Not
I'm
sure
sure
if you,
you're. I'm not sure you are. I mean, we saw it at the very bottom of the screen.
yeah, well, it wouldn't work on here because this is a foam mat. But what I do is I sit there and I push them to line them up and make them straight.
Yeah, to square them off.
Yep.
Yeah. Don says, no mercy tomorrow. Donnie says, is there ever? Don's like, never.
No mercy.
All right.
Wait until he meets AK. It's going to be interesting.
So the answer is the Corona. So 10 points for Buck, 5 points for Donnie, and no one got the third 2 points.
Oh.
Question number 3. Who was the first woman to appear on U.S. currency?
I know that one.
Who was the first woman to appear on U.S. currency?
Should I jump out in front? Actually, I think I know that one.
Well, it's up to you. Jody's like, wow, 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 wow.
Should be Susan B. Anthony.
Okay. Don says Sacagawea. Jody says Sacagawea.
I could be wrong.
You may be right. You may be wrong.
The funny thing is about that song, way back when, about 1.5 million years ago when I was in high school, that was my girlfriend's song.
Donnie says Martha Washington. You want to throw your guess in there, Buck?
Me? I already did. Susan B. Anthony.
Oh, right. You did. Don says 5 slackers in chat.
Yay! We like slackers.
You're a slacker, McFly.
I did miss that one. Okay.
For some reason, that reminds me of the Donkey Kong level. With those little gray ones being the ladders, like the little smooth ones going up.
Yes, I remember that. He'd come on screen and jump up and down and knock the things down.
All right. So Donnie says you're almost a century behind, Buck.
Could be.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm allowed.
All right. So
time's up.
Time is up. No one got it right.
Uh-oh.
The answer is Pocahontas. Some people think it is Martha Washington, and if you do Google it, it will say Martha Washington was on the $1 silver certificate in 1886. However, Pocahontas was on the $10 bill in 1869 and featured on the reverse of the $20 bill from 1865 to 1869 and in 1875, all before the $1 silver certificate with Martha Washington.
Very cool.
So, yes, I Googled it at first too, and they came up with Martha Washington. But when I did some more research, because I do like to research my questions, I found out that is actually incorrect. All right, so no one got that one. Some good guesses, though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Some really good guesses, like Sacagawea. Martha Washington was obviously a good guess. Don said, money, it a hit.
I know Abe Lincoln in a dress.
All right, question number 4. Hopefully this is a lot easier for a lot of you guys. Who is depicted on the U.S. half-dollar coin? Who is depicted on the U.S. half-dollar coin?
Kennedy. JFK.
Don said JFK. Followed right on his heels with Jody. And third would be Buck. So the answer was JFK.
Oh, did they get in before me?
I counted off the 7 seconds for the delay. They were technically
Oh,
in right before you. Because
okay.
I got to give them that delay.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Because to be honest, even if I win, I'm going to tell you send it to somebody else.
send it to the second place person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Jody says FN keyboard and spelled it wrong too.
No, that is the Danish spelling.
FN keyboarder. All right. Question 5. What is the most counterfeited bill in the world? What is the most counterfeited bill in the world?
The $100 US bill, or the US $100 bill. You knew what I meant, I think.
Okay, Don, you need to give me a country. Jody says US 100.
Don meant the Czechoslovakian one.
Okay, US. I kind of assumed you meant that, Don. So, but just so no one complains. Donnie says US $100 bill.
It is definitely not Turkish currency.
The North Korean, whatever it is they use. I don't know what it is. And it's definitely not that. That's definitely not the answer.
I believe North Korea uses the won.
They could.
Nice. I think just maybe wait. Because
they're sliding walls? Are they?
I think. Oh yes, absolutely. Because
it looks
I
like
forgot.
You got a ratcheting part on the one side.
Well, and there's also
made.
There's also gaps in the floor.
Okay, so yeah.
It's going to go on here like that.
Nice.
Very, very cool. Then there's some stuff. There's stuff in there.
And how about some things?
Might be some things too.
Okay.
You know what I haven't seen yet? The little one-eyed monster yet. He's supposed to be in there.
Yep.
He should be.
Donnie says does. All right. All right. So no one got the answer. The answer is the US $20 bill.
Oh.
The US $20 bill.
I confused him.
Donnie says, does Juan know Korea is using him?
Yes.
Jody said, I saw a one-eyed monster recently.
Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, he's only 1.5 inches from your knee.
Yeah.
Donnie said, accidentally hit return. All right. I don't know. Are you throwing in ads or you just are they just on automatic?
They should be on automatic.
Okay. Oh, Jody said, from your knee.
Well,
is that what that is?
Do they ads? Just because.
I thought it was
Well,
laying on my thigh, so I was going to beat it off, but I'm glad I know it's yours, so I'm not going to beat it off now.
I had to wait for that. Now I'm going to do an ad. Just for fun. They should be going automatically, but
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
Geez, they're
And they
putting a
should be
lot of like greeblies on there
Yeah.
on that wall for garbage.
Yep.
Like that one kind of at an angle there. It looks like that one that Princess Leia uses to try and go across.
Yep. Well, I like the fact that there's a coffee cup in there. There's a giant coffee cup.
Jody says they sure are.
Leftover pieces.
They could be garbage.
Yep. And like I said, it does go on here.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like I said, it looks like it's got the ratchet piece there for like one of those wheels, like a gear. Donnie says Buck is double adding just like an accountant.
Yes.
All right, so I've given a little bit of time here for an ad. Hopefully everybody's back.
No, it should be already be done.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to give time before I ask the next question.
Okay.
So the next category is in the toy aisle. In the toy aisle. I expect some more correct answers on this one. Question number 1. What grid-based game was played in paper format from the early 1900s until it was released by Milton Bradley in 1967 using pegs that slotted into a plastic C?
Oh, man, you sunk my battleship.
What grid-based game was played in paper format from the early 1900s until it was released by Milton Bradley in 1967 using pegs that were slotted into a plastic C? So we have...
I like Don's answer. Smash some stuff.
Jody says Battleship. Don says Battleship.
I said Battleship.
You said Battleship.
Oh, nice. This also is set up. I got the wrong piece.
Oh. Donnie said Battleship.
It's also set up so that the piece, once it's in there, will not accidentally fall out. It has a stop.
Stop in the name of love before you. Oh, anyway, think it over.
I don't want to. You can't make me.
Okay.
Let me see if I got that.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yep. It's that one right there.
You can do it. Don's my ears. Ouch, my freaking ears.
Come on.
He doesn't like my singing. I don't blame you.
Oh, wait, maybe. There we go. I pushed the part down all the way. There we go. It's better. Now it moves better.
Good.
And this is left over.
Oh. Well, that's not bad then.
And this one was Princess Leia. She's already built. 17.
Don says, well, it's better than mine. Yeah. But you're not subjecting us to it. So, yeah, my bad. But I'm still probably going to do it every now and then.
I
All
do
right.
it just because I can.
So the answer was Battleship. See, I knew these ones would be a little easier. I got to give first to Jody, and then second to Dawn, and third to Buck, because I can't see when they answer while I'm still reading the question. So as soon as I came back, You had answered, Buck, but they had as well. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
who actually said it first.
I understand. I'm good with it.
All right. Don said, well, the neighbor's dog might howl. All right. Question number 2, and in the toy aisle. What game has a standing plastic grid with holes and drop slots and uses black and red checker-sized discs? What game has a standing plastic grid with holes and drop slots and uses black and red checkered size discs?
Connect 4. I cheated a little bit.
Yeah, you have that 7-second delay.
Well, not only that, but after you said what game uses a plastic grid, and I did this.
Oh, did you?
Yes. I knew exactly what game you were talking about as soon as you said that.
Yeah. So we have Jody with Connect 4. Buck, of course, said Connect 4. Donnie said Connect 4. Don said Kerplunk. I remember Kerplunk.
Don said, I remember that too. Don actually what Don said was, I'm confused.
Donnie says Maddie loves that game.
Oh, Connect 4? It is a good game.
Yeah, sometimes I have like, okay, I know what I'm gonna have for the answer for like stuff like this, and I'm like, okay, now let's find a way to phrase that for trivia. So I was thinking of Connect 4, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna phrase that?
The funny thing about Connect 4 is I'm not sure if anybody else is old enough, but I remember when it came out.
Yeah, I don't know what year it came out. I didn't research that part.
I don't know what year it was exactly, but the year that it came out, I hadn't ever seen it in the store, had never heard of it or anything else, and I got it for Christmas.
Cool.
And we had a blast with that game.
So like 1932?
Something like that.
Okay. All right. So first was Buck. Second was Jody. Third was Donnie. Good job, guys. Now, I'm going to have to find in the next month or so, find make up a question where the answer is Kerplunk.
Yep.
All right. Question number 3. In the toy aisle.
Uh-huh.
So, Buck, I'm going to kindly ask that you don't answer until I've read the question at least twice.
Which is what I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this.
Yes. Anyway, question 3. As seen in Masters of the Universe toy line and cartoon series, what was the name of He-Man's hooded archenemy? As seen in the Masters of the Universe toy line and cartoon series, what was the name of He-Man's hooded archenemy?
Donnie. No, wait, Skeletor.
See here. So we got Don saying Seth MacFarlane. We got Donnie saying Skeletor.
See? I told you it was him.
So your Jody saying Smellator.
I'd have said somebody else, but he's not here, and he gets mad if you pick on him.
Stinkor. Ramhead. I don't really know that many He-Man characters. Actually, I didn't even have any He-Man toys when I was growing up. I had friends who had some, but not many.
Well, And that's the thing. That's another one of them things that, because I'm old, I saw the TV show and I was like, I really don't want that doll.
How about the movie? They're doing a
God.
new movie.
Hopefully it's better than the last one.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah, you can't get much worse than the Dolph Lundgren one. They did badly.
Not that it's Dolph Lundgren's fault.
No.
He didn't write the movie. He just starred in it.
Yeah.
And he
And
did
then
make
they
a good, for the time, he did make a good-looking He-Man.
Yeah. But after that, they wouldn't let him do anything but be Drago or whatever the hell the Russian boxer was.
Yeah. Dawn said, not fair. All of these toys came out when I was an adult.
I was a kid still.
Well, Dawn, let's see here. Were you an adult in 1967?
That's not when it came out, is it?
No, but that's when Battleship came out.
There is that. Are you kidding? Dawn was an adult when Monopoly came out.
In the 20s? Was that in the 20s? I think.
I think it was I think it was the 30s. It was a diversion from the Great Depression.
Oh, I think you're right, actually. Let's see here, Dawn. Yeah, Jody says He-Man's hooded arch enemy. Dawn said I didn't play with him. Yeah. Donnie says I'm still a kid, and Dawn says Battleship. Yes. Okay. All right. So the answer was Skeletor. So first is Donnie, second is Buck, and there was no third. Or do we want to accept? Or do we want to accept Jody with Smellitor?
I was going to say Jody's. I would think Jody's was. He was just being facetious.
All right, Jody, 2 points for Jody. I made the little 2-point thing like it was basketball, and you got a basket, Jody.
Yay!
All right, I'm going to give it a minute or two here before I start asking the next question because we are flying through these pretty quick. Although I kind of like to make sure as many people are playing as possible. So tonight's sponsor is World of Tanks. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, what's funny is that if I haven't heard back from Rick yet, but I do have a sponsored build coming up. Don't know that it's going to end up as a stream.
Might just be a build, like a video build. Yeah.
Yep.
So is that little squiggly part over there? Is that part of the one-eyed monster?
This?
Nope. Right beside it. The squiggly part.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Probably. Matter of fact,
Donnie said, because we are intelligent.
That is probably just a guess. I'm going to put it on here like this. That's probably it.
Could be.
Looks a lot like it. Almost forgot these four.
Don't forget them.
No, they get sad then.
You see, and Dawn, the next couple questions in the question, the years for these next couple toys are 1969 and 1966.
He was an adult then.
Was he? Dawn says, I can cipher.
1969. Yeah, good year. I remember chemistry sets. Boy, were we stupid.
And back when they used to throw like stuff that they wouldn't throw in a chemistry set now for kids.
No,
like
well,
radioactive material and other really nasty stuff.
Well, like
And it was meant for adult supervision. So,
Yeah, but like sulfur and shit like that. I mean, what were we thinking?
yeah, they were thinking parents will supervise their kids while they're playing with this. Right?
No, they won't.
We'll put a picture of the kid and his friend and the parent in the background.
What is the Westinghouse radioactive one? That one's a good one.
Don says, moon landing. At least I was around for that.
Yeah, me too. I remember it.
Jody said, I had to siphon gas from my neighbor's car the other day. Oh, hey, there's Howard. Jumping back in, he says, bedroom golf, nature calls.
Mm.
And then Dawn asks Jody, did your neighbor know?
Never tell your neighbor.
Howdy-ho, neighbor.
That's the fun thing about the Jeep is it has no gas cap.
Oh,
It has a system inside the neck that will stop a hose from going down into it.
yeah, nice. And Andrew doesn't have that problem.
No.
I dare you to stick something in there and put your lips to it.
I'll do it. I got a perm. That's not funny, man. I had a perm when I was younger. I was one of those.
French fry. Yep. And you pay the full price. You have to ride the full ride.
Yep. What's funny is I've been every now and then I look in the mirror and I'm like, fuck, when did Dad show up?
I'm trying to remember who they said. I'm trying to remember who the lead actor is supposed to be for the new He-Man movie. Let me see here.
Will Smith.
No.
No, I think he's. I think Hollywood is still not talking to him.
He-Man. Masters of Masters of the Universe. So it is. Well, it's got Marina Baccarin in it from Firefly.
Nice.
Idris Elba's in it. And Kristen Wiig. There we go. Nicholas Galazine or something.
It's Al Yankovic.
He is. What's he from? What's he been in that? 100 Nights a Hero, August Moon. Nothing I'm really familiar with. Okay. Some young guy.
Krimov?
Born in 1994. So he's not that young, I guess, technically. He's not like born after 2000.
Still, 1994? Come on.
I know I'm starting to give credit to people who were born like before 2000.
Well, I remember, and it's funny because it's only 5 years. But I remember when I was like, 1970? Fuck, really?
I do remember in school coming back from Christmas vacation there in the new year, and our teacher telling us how it's a big occasion now because it's a brand new decade. It's the 1980s.
Yeah. The 80s was a fun decade. I'm glad I was there.
Let's see here. Howard's saying, not the answer. Yep, I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Jody says, it's Al Yankovic. All right, on to the next question. Enough time wasted. Question 4. The low center of gravity of what plastic three-wheeled conveyance was first produced in 1969, made it safer for younger kids than the traditional tricycle or bicycle? The low center of gravity of what plastic three-wheel conveyance first produced in 1969 made it safer for younger kids than traditional tricycles or bicycles?
Big
Jody
wheel.
says big wheel. Don says big wheel. Nope, he said big whale and then quickly changed it to a big wheel. Don says big wheel.
Howard says Crocs with socks.
Yeah.
I remember it too because it had an emergency brake. wasn't what it was supposed to be for, but it was an emergency brake. It worked that way. And Colin Furs has basically rebuilt one with the jet engine on it.
Nice.
I love Colin Furs. He is so awesome.
So there we go. Everybody seems to know that one. The big wheel. Donnie said I loved my big wheel. So big wheel was correct. 10 points to Jody for being first. Second to Don, even though Don, that was a quick change of answer from big whale to big wheel. I would have given you, had someone jumped in there between you saying big whale and big wheel, I would have given you second anyway, because, typing and whatnot. So Donnie got third. And and then Buck, you got fourth.
Yep. Oh no! Oh no! It's the claw!
Donnie says, I love my big wheel. Yeah, I read that already. Jody said, I never had that. Oh, I remember having one.
Okay. There's a perfect quote, movie quote, with a spoon.
There is no spoon.
No, I was thinking along the lines of why a spoon?
Because it's dull and it'll hurt more.
Exactly.
See, I think part of the reason it's going faster tonight for trivia is because once we have enough people for what I think is playing, and I've kind of filled in the name, like say 3 people got the correct answer, I just say that, yep, that's the correct answer. I'm giving the answer quicker, I think.
Yeah.
So this is also kind of a learning curve for me a bit tonight too.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I really like your trivia because your trivia, usually I learn something. I may not remember it next week or even 15 minutes from now, but I learned something.
That's why I save all my trivia. I might be able to use it in about another year. Because I always go around and I try to make sure I don't ask the same questions again. At least not on your stream.
Yeah, I understand that.
Let's see here. Jody says you should be able to run off auto collect. Okay. Howard says I never was allowed to have a big wheel, so I had a 424 International utility truck to drive around when I was that age, as a kid. Oh yeah, as fun kids do.
Yeah.
Don's using the iPad. Yeah, I've had autocorrect on me do that a few times too. All right, 5 to the hour. So that's down to the final question. This one's going to be this one might be a little more difficult. I was thinking maybe one of our UK people might be here listening and playing along. So
I just threw the brick.
Don't do that. Is there a message attached to the brick?
No.
Okay.
All right. No. Oh no, there's my head.
Can I have some?
What, my head? No.
Oh. Question 5. Under what name was a version of G.I. Joe made by the English company Palitoy sold in the UK starting in 1966? Under what name was a version of G.I. Joe made by the English company Palitoy sold in the UK starting in 1966? Jody says Liverpool. Don says, Jody says Sussex. Donnie says messenger in legal. Jody says privates. Do you have an answer?
Commando. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a guess.
I thought someone else might know because I knew this one. Don said, I had real G.I. Joes, not the midgets. Yeah, and that's what these ones are based off of. These ones made in the UK. They didn't use the name G.I. Joe because that was an American name. So they used a different name. And what is that name for them? Donnie says, Action Force. Jody doesn't know. He says Lieutenant Turgenhold Wigglebottoms.
How did he know that?
Howard says Barbie Girl.
Hey there, Barbie girl. I got to look at something because I think stuff might be wrong.
All right, they're saying you're done and you haven't put the tentacle in yet?
No, I'm just... I'm
Although
looking at this.
It is cool though that it is like able to like close in.
I'm a loser, baby. So why don't we turn this around the right way?
Oh, okay. Why don't we?
Because the end pieces here are wrong. That's why things weren't going right.
Don said, I paid $3.79 in Ohio today.
For gas? I'm guessing.
If you did, sounds like you only got a gallon.
Yeah.
Don says, versus $4.79 in Arizona the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Arizona can be a little expensive sometimes.
Stephen Haynes, you didn't have an answer for this question that I was asking? Basically, the question is, Stephen Haynes, who is the UK's version of G.I. Joe? Stephen says gas prices here are £1.65 per liter.
Ouch.
Don says, yep. Donnie said paid $3.69 a gallon here yesterday.
That's better. That's better. It goes together now.
Stephen Haynes says Action Man. And the correct answer is Action Man. Great job, Stephen. 10 points for you.
He is on the board representing the UK.
And no one else got points for that. Donnie was close with Action Force, which is still a completely different set that they do still make. All right. We are on the hour. I don't know. We're going to be moving into a new category. Did you want to run an ad?
Sure. Let me toss one out there. And go. Okay, for us, the thing is unhighlighted, but that means that anybody who could skipped it, and might be a second or two. No, they didn't. They didn't short me that piece, did they? I'm sad now. I think I got shorted a really cool piece. I have it. So I was half right, Ken.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. This does go on there, but
wait, there's more.
That goes on top of it.
Here we go. I'm just adding up the scores for the first half of tonight's game.
How did Jody get 7,000 points?
Well, that's the Canadian bonus, is just straight 7,000. Plus, he's got the points for the answers he got right.
Ah, that makes sense somehow.
Who am I missing? I think that's, and then. Okay, so Donnie, you have 29 points so far. Buck, you
Nice.
have 29 points. Dawn, you have 20. Jody, you have 20. And Steven has 10.
Very cool. So this is kind of cool the way this operates, because it lays, the eye monster lays down there until it doesn't.
Well, that's cool that it actually, so it won't jam up on him.
Yep. Plus, you can also have him come up here and just look like that. He's going to eat somebody.
Or at least drag them under and have their way with them.
Yes. Poor Luke. And what's funny is after you put the eyeball monster in there, and I say poor Luke, the minifig that we would build this at this point, had I not already built them, would be Luke. Poor Luke.
Nice. Let's see here. What did we have? So yay, Steven. Jody said $1.59 per liter here, 4 liters to a gallon, but I can't math. Don says, you mean cipher, don't you? Don says, look, a number one other Don. Jody says, because of the delay, it plays before you triggered it.
That's weird.
Donnie says, YouTube felt sorry for you, Don.
Did you pick up on what Jody was saying? Because of the 7-second delay when I said now, that was 7 seconds before. Or the ad played 7 seconds before that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
YouTuber's weird.
Okay, so finally, yeah, Don. Howard said minus, I don't know, I'm not going to want to. Okay, I'm going to count the zeros. Fine, I'll do that. Like
It's
minus 10 billion points.
10 million. Is it bad that I looked at it and went 3, 6? Okay, that's 7,
Yeah.
0.
Anyway, Don says, I'm still a loser, baby.
We're not going to kill you.
Donnie says, and I don't have to leave now.
Yay!
But Don says, it's past your bedtime, Junior. The next question is 1970s music.
Cool. I like
1970s music.
And a song just came to my head. I'm not going to sing it because it could be an answer.
It could. You don't know yet. So question number 1 in 1970s music. Which Southern rock band wrote Freebird? Which Southern rock band wrote Freebird?
Skinnerd. Leonard Skinnerd. I think. I could be wrong. I probably am. I'm good at being wrong.
So Don has Leonard Skinnerd, followed by Jody with Leonard Skinnerd, followed by Buck because of the 7-second delay with Leonard Skinnerd, followed by Donnie with Leonard Skinnerd. And the answer is Leonard Skinnerd.
And immediately
So that's 10 points for Don.
My mind went immediately to Con Air.
Ah, yes.
Bunch of idiots dancing around on a plane to a band that was killed in an airplane crash.
So Don got 10 points. Jody got 5. Buck got 2.
I got to, man. I got to.
Donnie said, I misspelled that. And Howard said, Clearwater Revival. Don said, I let you stay up if you behave.
Yes, Dad.
So once the show's over, straight to bed. In the next commercial, you go brush your teeth, though.
But
And
they're only
wash your face.
They're only 10-second spots. Tell your sister it's time to go to bed. I just had a thought.
Was it a naughty thought or a not naughty thought?
It's a not naughty thought. It's an important thought. I need liquid.
That's a thought. Jody says, look out for the bees, Buck.
The bees?
Not the bees.
Not the bees, not the bees. Ah! Oh, sorry. But I'm not.
Howard's like, 10 minus 10,000 more.
Such an over-the-top actor. I love him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. I just kind of, I don't know why I keep thinking back on this one movie, and I kind of enjoyed it. He's got like no lines in it whatsoever. And it's like Five Nights at Freddy's type of thing. But he's like some sort of ex-military badass of some sort. They obviously don't go into it. And he's like kicking all the characters' ass.
Well, you know what movie I would... yeah, the movie that they never made, that they started making. It would be so cool to see the Superman movie they were going to make with him.
Yeah. Well, they did have him in the costume there in the Flash movie.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine how over the top he acts with him being Superman?
He can act well though too.
Oh yeah. I mean, think about it. Leaving Las Vegas.
Yep. Howard says, "Take your sister to bed." Don says, "Kinky."
I didn't say take your sister to bed. I said tell her it's time for bed. You guys are bad people.
I think they just hear what they want to hear.
You didn't hear what I said. I said you guys are bad people. I love it.
1970s music, question number 2. Which artist told us to don't stop till you get enough in 1979? Which artist told us to don't stop till you get enough in 1979?
It's the wrong answer, but Casey and the Sunshine Band popped in my head.
Dawn says Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah. There's that one. I forgot
Jody
about
says the
that.
Bee Gees.
Yeah, the Bee Gees. The Brothers Gibb.
Donnie says Michael Jackson.
Like I said, don't ask me why, but Casey and the Sunshine Band popped into my head because it was wrong. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Cool. Yeah, see, I kind of figured that.
You know, with a little bit of work, this could be shh. Enterprise door.
Yeah. You know, when earlier at the beginning of Keith's stream, Keith shushed Howard there, and all I could think of was like that was a great Star Trek TOS door impersonation or impression.
He does suppressions.
Donnie says, "Gee, look who's number one again, Dawn."
Me.
Dawn's
I'm number one.
PO. Piss off. Howard says CCR. I was thinking Freddie Fender. All right. So the answer I was looking for was Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So that gives 10 points to Dawn and 5 points to Donnie. Were you thinking of Freddie Fender because we were talking about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Might have been.
Jody's go Dawns.
Sadly, this is completely manually controlled. So sad. You put these things on here. Then you have this magic knob here. It's a knob job. And there's the magic knob.
Oh, there you go. Turn up the radio. I love that song.
This is a very good
Autograph.
song.
It's like
You want my autograph?
Only real song I know by Autograph. Let's see here. Donnie says the Dons are winning. He said the Dons rule.
Wait. Let me find it. I've got two monitors, so I lose my cursor. This should be Don.
Jody says Freddie Ford Mercury Fender. And Don says it ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
All right, the next question. In 1970s music, who sang Midnight Train to Georgia in 1973? Who sang Midnight Train to Georgia in 1973?
Was that Vicki Lawrence? I think it was Vicki Lawrence, which blew my mind when I first found out that she actually sang.
Donnie said Germans? Oh, wait. Oh, because Don said, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
It was.
Don's saying Germans? Well, yeah, it was 10 years after the war. We don't like to talk about it. Let's see here. So Don said Gladys Knight. And Howard said CCR again. Donnie said Gladys Knight.
I'm seeing a pattern with Howard's answers.
Poor Howard. I don't think he's going to get some points here.
He's going to get the bonus points, though.
Dawn says classic line from Animal House. Yes,
Yes,
that's
indeed.
right. Yeah, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Wait. Here's a real quick question. Who was old enough to have seen that movie in the theater besides Dawn and I?
I think I was alive when it came out, but I don't think I was old enough to go. I could have gone with my parents, but they wouldn't have taken me.
I wasn't
Donnie
old
said
enough to...
Gladys Knight. Don said classic land. Yeah, from Animal House. Jody said Aretha Franklin, Mint Collection.
I wasn't old enough to see it legally by myself, but we lived in a small town. The old man running the theater didn't care as long as he got his $1.75 or $5 or whatever it was at the time. Movies were cheap back then.
Don said, and I was able to drink legally in Arizona at the time. To which Donnie says, man, you are old, Don.
I wasn't quite old enough to drink back then. But what sucked was Alaska changed.
But when you did, it was Dos Equis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dos Equis.
Yeah, Dos Equis.
The sad part,
about Alaska.
The sad part was they changed the drinking age one year. And when they changed the drinking age, it made me be 52 days away from being legal to drink for 2 years.
Yeah.
Of course, the first time I got carded was after I turned 21. I got into bars before then without any problem.
Don's like, you're freaking right about being old.
Yep, that's okay.
So the answer was Gladys Knight and the Pips. So yes, Gladys Knight. So that means just Dawn got 10 points and Donnie got 5 points.
Woohoo! And I got what the little boy shot at.
Nothing.
Exactly. Man, the way you said that reminded me of the old, I don't remember it was in Mad or Cracked. Both very classic comic magazines.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy is sitting there at the breakfast table eating cereal. And his wife says, "What are you eating?" And on the box of cereal, it says, "Nuttin', bitch." You knew what would have happened next because it was a single frame cartoon.
Yeah. Jody says he's press wrong button here. Says he's been Don. He's been Don. He's been Don so long. He's been Don so long. Ooh, Don, been Don so long. Don so long. Ever since you left me. Oh, anyway. And Howard says minus 10,000 points. All right. Next question.
Nice.
Question number 4.
Hatch.
Question number 4 is, following the vocalization, what are the first 2 words of Chic's song Le Freak? Following the vocalization, what are the first 2 words of Chic's song Le Freak?
Freak out! I used to love that song in the roller rink. going about 30 miles an hour on a pair of roller skates inside.
I remember going to the roller rink. Didn't go much, but I do remember going.
I never learned to skate backwards, but man, I could get going. Because, well, I learned that using centripetal force made you go faster. I did not go straight. I went in a constant arc.
I do remember watching on TV the roller derby.
Oh yeah, roller derby was awesome. And actually, I think it's still around in some places.
That wouldn't surprise me. All right, so the answer was freak out. So that means Jody got 10 points for
Woohoo!
first. I did do the counting part, and Buck got 5 points, and Don got 2 points.
And Donnie got what the little boy shot at.
Nothing. Yeah, Don, you were just behind Don on that one. And Don says disco still sucks. True, but it's a good question. People seem to know the answer. And that's all that really matters to me in the end.
Le freak, c'est chic.
Don did put that in there. First time he puts chez chic. And then he changed it to freak out.
We had in the roller rink that I would frequent, we had this goth chick. Man, she was cute.
Yeah, a lot of goth chicks are cute.
Well, it's funny to think back to 1978, 79. This chick was goth. I mean, I think she was leading the pack.
Was Elvira a thing back then?
Oh, I loved Elvira. I think she
So,
didn't show up until
maybe
like
she was
1980.
copying that.
I don't think Elvira showed up till like 1980.
I think it was before that, but sounds like someone needs to Google it.
Somebody smuggle it.
When did
Let's see. Sandra Peterson, Elvira.
Yeah, what year did that start?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that was her middle name. Or Cassandra Peterson. Yeah.
And there was someone before her even. Okay.
I never knew that her middle name was gay.
Howard said that was the only way my friend knows how to skate is backwards. He doesn't skate forwards hardly anymore. I go to the regular rink every Thursday, but still sit in the vehicle. Donnie says, no, Google knows the answer. Don says, I was listening to Zeppelin back then. Howard's like minus 0.00001. Jody was, I was being born back then.
There we go. It comes out. I'm sitting here trying to get it to come up, and now the closest cut is, when did Elvira come out? It's going to be that when she came out as gay. Mistress of the Dark was released the movie was released in 1988.
Yeah, but she'd been a TV kind of character before that.
Yes. It's thinking September 81. on KHJ TV in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I like Elvira. And I've seen her, I don't think it's really recent. I think it's like in the last 5 years, though, that she's been on one of the cake shows that my wife watches.
Okay.
And she's
Still as the
70.
character?
Yes. Oh, that's her, what she does. That is
Yeah.
her entire life. But she, for in her 70s, she's like, wow.
That's good. Well, I mean, I'm assuming she's still taking good care of her body.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it's partially that, and it's partially that she stays away from studio lights.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Donnie says Cassandra Peterson was hot. Yeah, and Howard had got the answer as well in 1980.
No, it was 81 was what I came up with. Howard's wrong.
All right. Question number 5 in 1970s music. I got the hiccup, so just give me a second. All right, question 5. Who scored the 1974 U.S. #1 album with Can't Get Enough? Who scored the 1974 U.S. #1 album with Can't Get Enough?
I don't remember. So, what they say to do, they say to. Okay, not C3PO.
Don says Quincy Jones. Jody said Queen. Don said Barry White. Donnie said Barry White.
Donnie, aren't they the same person?
No, not even close.
Oh, okay.
You've met them both before.
I have.
Yes, and there's definitely a height difference.
Yeah, there is that.
Yep. Yeah, Donnie says not Frank Black. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Eric says that's no moon.
It's not. It's a space station.
That can't be. No one's made a space station that size before. And Donnie says, and the age difference. Jody says, good visitors.
So let's see. They say to put them in these positions. Let's find out. Do they live? Do they die? Oh, they die almost immediately. Or no. It's the snake monster is getting stuck.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, because this thing here, there we go. One thing's for sure, we're all going to be a lot thinner. It does not quite. Oh, there we go. Chewie's dead.
No, I mean, they only die when they don't have to all die at the same time.
There's the problem.
Walls close.
I got Chewie in the wrong spot. I've got.
Hey, don't bend your Wookiee.
Bend my Wookiee.
All right, the answer I was looking for was Barry White.
Barry White.
So the only person who scored points there was Donnie. So 10 points for Donnie.
You go with your bad self, Donnie.
That's going to bring us into the final 5 questions of the night.
It's the final questions.
The next category is 1980s movies. 1980s movies.
There we go. Now maybe. What do we catch? Oh, we're still catching on that eyeball monster.
Still. And again, feel free to run another ad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe we might run an ad somewhere about now, 7 seconds ago.
All right. Dawn says, bedtime, Mother Dawn. Donnie says, not sleepy, Dawn.
There we go. We're all going to be a lot skinnier.
There we go.
Okay, so I was incorrect, or maybe I was right.
You do have a place for it now, don't you?
I do, except for this. I might end up eventually gluing those black walls on because it just pops loose if I try and do something with it.
Jody said, I tried Wookiee meat before. It's a bit chewy. Don said, do we need to read you a bedtime story? Don says, don't have to work. And then Don says, neither do I, ever.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
All right. So 1980s movies. Question number 1. Which 80s movie was Alan Rickman's first feature role? Which 80s movie was Alan Rickman's first feature film role?
I believe that was Die Hard. And they didn't tell him. Poor bastard. You know what I'm referencing there, don't you?
I sure do. Donnie says, when I get as old as you are, Don, I won't have to work either. Jody says, Donnie, are you going to bang on the drum all day?
Bang a drum.
Don said, Die Hard. Donnie said, Die Hard. Buck said, Die Hard.
I did say Die Hard.
Eric said, welcome to the party, pal. Donnie said, go to bed, Don. Don said, no. All right, you two. We had that last break. Did you brush your teeth?
Wait. Are we going to have to turn the stream around?
Yeah. Howard says, Harry Potter. All right, so the answer was Die Hard. And what you were referring to is because they told him they were going to let him go on 3, and they didn't. They let him go on like 2, I think.
Yes, they would. I've
got a
seen
really surprised look on his face.
I've seen interviews because that look on his face is real. He thinks he's going to die.
Yep.
Because I think, who was it? I think it was Spielberg that made the movie, or whoever it was. They said, "Okay, we're going to let you at 3. We're going to let you go," and they went, "Okay, you ready? Yeah. 1, 2, click." Ah!
3. Anyway, so the 10 points goes to Dawn for getting the answer correct fastest. 5 points for Buck. And 2 points for Donnie.
I do have to tell you, and this would be a fun one for you to find a question to fit around it. The song that popped into my head when you said 70s music was Billy, don't be a hero.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet.
Another one that would be good is, and I think we were talking about it on Sunday's stream, The Legend of Billy Jack. One Tin Soldier Rides Away.
Oh, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
I know.
Yeah.
Good movie.
All right, question number 2 in 1980s movies. What movie is this quote from? Don't mess with the bull, young man, you'll get the horns. What movie is this quote from? Don't mess with the bull, young man, you'll get the horns.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Stone Pony.
Stone Pony. Donnie said, I'll bring the sexton. Because it all goes back to Don saying, wait till Wonderfest with both of us drinking. Donnie's like, right, I'll bring the sexton. Don says, Stone Party. Donnie says, Breakfast Club.
He is right. I got it wrong. I'm sad.
Don says Breakfast Club. Anyone else want to throw a guess in there?
I'll say Breakfast Club because I got it wrong originally. Yep.
Don said Linda Ronstadt.
I have never seen a movie called Linda Ronstadt. Have you?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one.
All right. So the answer was The Breakfast Club. Don says she was in Stone Pony. So Donnie gets 10 points for getting that first. Don gets 5 points for getting it right behind Donnie. And Buck gets 2 points because he actually chimed in and said it.
Yeah.
Even though he spoiled it for everybody else. Somebody else, Jody, you could have jumped in and got 2 free points. Anybody?
I spoiled it because I got it wrong first. Good old Spicoli. Do you think people look back at that movies like that and go, what the hell was I thinking?
Don says song 110 Pony, or sorry, 110 Soldier. Is was in like the Stone Pony. The song 110 Soldier.
Come on.
All right. I'm just going to in a minute or so here. I'll do the next question. It's going to be another quote, but I'm going to let the movie. I'm going to play the clip of the quote.
Okay.
So everyone will have to listen closely. Make sure my phone is cranked up. And everybody get your fingers ready on your keyboards. What movie is this quote from?
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
And again, I will play the quote again.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yep. I agree with Don. It's a Princess Bride.
I could have said the quote, but I like hearing him say it.
I do too.
So Don says Princess Bride. And you said you were saying the same thing?
Yep. My
Donnie
name is
said
Get the
Princess
hell
Bride.
out the way, Parts.
So yes, the answer was the Princess Bride. And when he finally says that to the man with 6 fingers on the one hand, what does that man do?
Die?
He runs away.
Oh, okay. That's a good
The
preparation.
first time he says it to him in the hallway there, he runs away. But then he starts saying it a lot while he's like fighting him in the dining area, dining hall or whatever. Stop saying that.
Damn it. I dropped a piece into the crusher. Oh, no.
Donnie says, helps if you click on that chat window before you type. Probably
Just
does.
a hair.
So Don got 10 points on that. Buck got 5 points, and Donnie got 2 points. Can you get it?
I can get it. It's just note to self: don't ever drop pieces into the garbage smasher because you'll never get them back. Because Inigo Montoya will kill them.
All right. Question 4. This film, these are no longer quotes anymore. This film was released in 1982 and was a box office smash. It starred Drew Barrymore. What is the film? This film was released in 1982 and was a box office smash. It starred Drew Barrymore. What is this film?
All right. Time for the Death Star to go away again. Oh, fire starter. Or that one. I looked up the screen and was like, oh, that one. E.T. phone home. Oh, look at that. Don went to.
Don, are you changing your answer?
Don changed his answer. I think E.T. is the right one. I'll be honest.
It was a box office smash.
Yes.
Donnie's like, go to bed, Don.
Go to bed, Don.
He's not changing his answer.
Okay.
I think he was just finishing the answer you were saying.
He's just trying to make me feel better about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Us old guys sometimes stick together.
Yeah. I think Jody must have had to go somewhere, do something. All right. So the answer was E.T. Don gets 10 points. Donnie gets 5 points. Buck gets 2 points.
2. Yay. And the crowd goes to sleep.
Yeah, Jody says, I think she was a bit older in Firestarter.
Back off. Back off.
Don says, true. This is going to be close, and I'll be adding these points up here right after this next question. So I will end it, read this last question here a little earlier than normal. So that way it gives me a chance to tally up the points and declare a winner before the end of your show.
Yeah. So you can tally the whacker?
Yep. Question number 5, the final question for the night.
It's the final question.
All right. Question 5. The Terminator, 1984, featured a cyborg sent back from the future to assassinate a young woman. What military supercomputer originally designed the Terminator? The Terminator, 1984, featured a cyborg sent back from the future to assassinate a young woman. What military supercomputer originally designed the Terminator?
Skynet. I love Jody's answer. I don't know a whole lot about. Oh, Skynet.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about 80s movies. First out of the gate with Skynet. So it is Jody with 10 points for Skynet, Dawn with 5 points for Skynet, and Buck with 2 points. You just beat out Donnie by like about a second and a half.
Ha! Take that, Donnie. Helping Dawn out.
Because I do a slow, I said do. I do a slow 7 count in my head once Buck throws out an answer to make sure it's if there's anything incoming. So, and actually Dawn was at about 8.5 seconds. So, yep. All right, let me add up the scores here.
Let me see something. Wow. Okay, so I know exactly what we're getting done next week.
You do.
Yep. 20 and 21, because 21 has 6 bags.
All right, Jody says, we got he. Says Dawn. Donnie said, I answered at the same time Dawn did. No, I was watching the screen as I was counting, like I do all the times. As soon as Buck answers, I stare at the screen and watch her answers pop up while slowly counting to 7. Jody says, don't forget the Canadian bonus. Oh, well, you won't believe that I won't. I won't forget it there, my brother from another mother.
Donnie is right. More Death Star next week.
All right, so I got that one. Okay, it was
Carry the 1, multiply by 17 for the Canadian bonus. I like how some of these pop. Isn't that a great click when they click like that? This almost looks like the bathtub, but it's not. It's too early.
But it's
for the
not.
bathtub. It's too early for the bathtub. It'd be funny if it was the bathtub already. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep, with the rubber ducky.
Yep.
The stormtrooper.
Actually, it's also way too big for the bathtub. This would be a tub for like Darth Vader and 7 of his closest friends. That's interesting. There's 2 extra. Or wait, no. Yeah, the 2 extra pieces. I got leftovers.
Well, put them in the fridge for next week.
Exactly. I like George Carlin's bit about leftovers. How'd you like to be a leftover? Wouldn't be too bad if they were taking people out to be shot. That was from his bit from, what was it? I wanted to say Place for My Stuff, but no, it was Carlin on Campus.
All right. So I have the totals.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Stephen Haynes with 10 points. Congratulations, Stephen. Thank you for playing. And then before I say anything more, I'd like to say thanks to everybody for playing.
Yes, absolutely.
We have, let's see here, we have Buck with 52 points.
Wow.
Donnie with 68 points. And Don with 92 points.
Good God, Don. What were you thinking?
However, Jody has 145 points. That's with the 100-point Canadian bonus. No, unfortunately, Jody, you had 45. So
That's cool.
I think Jody had gone away for a little bit. So tonight's winner is Dawn. Congratulations, Dawn. I have your address already. So soon here, I will be posting you out a little prize.
Let's see. Should be this one. Yes.
Here we go. That's a nice angle.
Yep. Okay. So we got, if we can keep from dropping it, we've got the trash compactor.
Yep.
Which it will go together. It's a little finicky. I think it's the eye here that keeps catching. Anytime it's tilted at all, it doesn't. But this, not being a bathtub, is an elevator.
Ah, cool.
And it will work because you remember.
Do you go in one way and you come out the other way? Doors on
No.
the backside open?
But see that gear? Remember that gear that I said?
The big
just kinda,
piece of pasta?
Yeah. It just kind of disappears in the back there. You see how it turns.
Cool.
And there is a red piece has the grooves on it so that it will probably have another piece sit on top
Go
of
up
it.
to another level.
I'm pretty sure that this will go most of the way up to the top, and then there'll be a crank up in the top.
Cool. Let's see here. We got so we got Donnie had said more Death Star. Yes. Don says, I want my old age bonus. You didn't need it. Let's see here. Don, you really just took off like crazy on
Yep.
the second half. Jody said the best from our out west. Don's like, yeah, I am a winner.
Yay!
Jody said, I just didn't know some of the answers. I didn't go away. Oh, okay. You could always guess. Or even, I hate to say it, pull an Alec and just guess what other people seem to be guessing, because there's a number of questions where just no one else threw in an answer.
I got points doing that.
Yeah, like Donnie, let's see, question number 5 on, which topic was that? In 1970s music. The answer being Barry White.
Yeah.
Had you guessed after that? I know you were kind of putting some funny answers in there, but had you guessed Barry White after that as well, you could have, because Don's the only one who got points on that one.
Yep.
The one Stephen Haynes got, Action Man, he's the only one who got points on that one. No one got the last one on number 2 and 3 for the 70s music. So always throw a guess in. You never know. Or
So
just
I'm
be a pair.
good. So I'm looking, and what bag 21 is going to be, because we're pretty much out. Remember, bag 1 had all these random. Well, let's switch cameras. Switch cameras. I told you.
Oh, Jody, that's very Canadian of you. I really appreciate that.
What the heck? Come on, play nice.
Jody said, I wanted to give someone else a chance to win. That is so Canadian. I'm glad you're keeping up
There we go.
the Canadian sentiment.
So remember, bag 1 had so much extra crap in it.
Yeah, you've really kind of cleared that out.
Yep. That's all the extras that are left.
Right. And that one piece is the tool to pry apart pieces.
Yes.
Yeah. So
the tool that I never use because I'm a dork.
Yeah, the Star Trek ones are, I think there's a Starship Enterprise, which is the TOS. I think there's an Enterprise D, and I think there's a DS9. Yeah, I think those are the 3. I think there's 3 or is there 4? I'm trying to remember.
For what?
They're all individual. They're kind of like that Jeep one, not as high quality. The Deep Space Nine one looks really cool. Because they're not in color, they're all just single color. Whereas the F4 Phantoms I have coming are full camouflage color on one side, and I think gray on the bottom. And they're a little bit bigger too. Don says, great sportsmanship, Jody. Jody said, when the prize is Star Trek, you guys are all going down.
His Fugul goo will be strong that day.
Yes.
So we made, what was it? We started on 16, only got 4 bags this time. Not bad.
But the progress was nice, getting that trash compactor done.
Yep. Well, and we're at bag 20, which means technically we're almost a quarter of the way through.
Okay.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Now, what is this? This is stream 3, I think? Or is it 4? I think it's 4.
Okay.
I'm looking around and I don't know how to tell. Hang on. Let's see. There's what we do. We do YouTube Studio. Of course, these guys all know because they're logged in to YouTube. Yeah, this is number 4. So 4 months is what this is going to take. Let's see. It's April, May, June. April, May, June. It's going to finish right after Wonderfest. No,
That's not bad.
Actually, Jody, it's not even going to be a semi-sphere. It's going to be a slice. Because from here, if I remember right, from here up, I believe. Let's see. From there up, it is all flat-faced. Yes, the only, on that picture, the deck that's there is the only flat part in the front.
There's no miniature Millennium Falcon for it either.
Nope.
That's a shame.
It
almost should have been there, in my opinion. It almost should have been there more than the shuttle. The shuttle's cool, and I would love to have the shuttle in there. But because you've got, Luke and Han there in Stormtrooper armor, and it should be, the Millennium Falcon waiting for them.
Yeah, because they're in the trash compactor.
Yeah. So that should, well, I don't know if, how they built the kit, but you figure that should mean that there's a detention level right above them.
Mm-hmm. I do have to say, though, I think that these 2 spots here where the underneath, I've shown that before, where that folds in.
Yep.
I think that's by design. I think that is
lifting points.
Yes. because on the Joker, which is going to start in 2 days on my channel, I lifted by the card one time too many, and then I went back and super glued that sucker down because it's a good build, but at the end, I'm like, yeah, it was okay. At the end, it's got all these little bitty pieces that are falling off.
So,
Yeah.
quick question for the audience: what do you and you too, Buck? What do you guys think of playing for points like this and trying to win something?
I like it.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody think it's too hard because of the the time gaps or anything like that? Should we have Buck not participate till later or anything like that?
Well, see, and that's the thing is that I was answering before you read it the second time, and when you asked me not to answer until the second you read it all the way through the second time, I was like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I looked over while you were reading a couple of times, and the answers were already there. So I'm like, to me, that's just fine.
Yeah.
I'm not here to win. I'm here to build.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's good. Donnie thought it was fun. Don liked it. Of course, Don liked it. You won, Don.
Yeah. Well, see, the truth of the matter is they don't come here for the Legos. They come here for the quiz. I know the truth.
Yeah, Donnie did well on the first half. Donnie came out of that as the leader, I believe, tied with Buck.
Yep.
And then Don just the first 3 questions in the music, Don, snatched those right away, and those 10 points apiece. That's 30 points right there. Although out of those same 3, Donnie did get 2 seconds, so that's 10 points as well. Let's see here. Steven said, I like it, but I will not play because it would cost too much to send me. I wouldn't worry about it too much, Steven, because it's just going to be that. I mean, if you look at the picture of what that is, it fits in a regular like padded envelope with like a sticker and probably a poker chip. So I don't care about sending something like that because I'm sending it from Canada. So it shouldn't be too bad for me to send it to someone like you in the UK.
There you go.
Yeah. See, it's a little tonight's surprise that was just a little 3D printed Jeep, Army Jeep. It's got the chassis down there. It's got the 4 wheels and a spare, the windshield, which folds up and down. It's got the seats in it. This steering wheel. And you got the battery there, a AAA battery to show you the size of it. So it's really small. So
it would fit literally into a envelope.
Yes, it would. And it's sitting on a piece of cardboard that I would use to enclose it in the envelope. Plus each one comes with a little bit of bubble gap as well. So I have no worries if you ever want to play. I mean, I do realize there could be a bit more of a time lag or anything like that, but feel free to play anytime you like.
And Ken, feel free to let me know if you want me to throw you a little bit of cash to help support that.
I wouldn't mind if do you have poker chips?
I do.
If you want to send me some of those, like 10, because realistically, I would throw like 1 in somebody's thing, and that'd be 1 for 1 week. So 10 would give me 10 weeks worth of, if you got some stickers, stuff like that. Feel free to send some of that to me.
I got to send a couple of them overseas too.
Yeah. That way too, if Jody, if you want to send me some more of yours, or Donnie, if you want to send me some more of yours, Keith's not here anymore, but if he wants to send me some, Howard, if you're listening, you want to send me some poker chips or anything like that. Those are the kind of things that will be included, as well as something like one of these little 3D printed models or something like that as well.
Oh yeah. Well, and it helps to, honestly, it helps support the channel. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess we should get out of here. So we should do some sort of an outro and get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you everybody for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Tomorrow we will have Woody Wednesday. We have a new theme song. Todd wrote it and sent it to me with music. I downloaded it. I was like, that's a little bit slower than I wanted, so I sped it up. It's got different music. Doing a little bit of adjusting to the Woody Wednesday start. Not till next week, but the startup will have everybody who is regulars on Woody Wednesday's logos, hopefully by next week. And then, so there's tomorrow's Woody Wednesday. Thursday, Jordan will be on. I forget his name because he's on so often. Jordan will be on Aligning the Stars. Not sure what he's doing. Friday, we'll have our regular stream. Saturday, we will have Andrew on, I believe it is 9 o'clock Central, I think. Followed by Jody at 11 o'clock Central. Then Sunday, we have the regular stream again, the Sunday afternoon stream. Donnie will be working on the on Monday on the Orville, which brings us back to the car that Keith is going to be starting next week, and followed by the Death Star on Tuesday. Hope everybody has had a good time. And one last thing before we get out of here. You want to say anything before we leave, Ken?
There can be only one. And tonight that was Dawn.
Yes, it was. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Have wherever you happen to be when you watch this, have a great whatever it is. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'm repeating myself. I'm losing my mind. See you later, everybody.